Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. So it is Sunday morning. Just got the calves their ground feed, filling up their water tank. Oh, Dad changed my plans again, which he does often. Dad really wants to get the BDA finished up a little bit. We got to put 2 more panels in and then run some road base in there. So hopefully we can get that done. As he's put it, should only take us like 2 hours. So, you know, we might be done by 3 o'clock. But I got to get these guys out of here. So let's see how they do. Let's go. And they're getting used to this. They're starting to dig this out, but that's where we're going to transition that with road base. But it actually, even as big as these guys are, they fit perfect on these slabs. Highly technical marking tool. Alright, Dad's gonna put the material bucket back on, the regular one, and then I'm gonna grab the 29 and we're gonna load up some road base and get a pile dumped in there so he can level it out. By the cornfield that we want to pick on, and we got the picker hooked up. We're picking some corn. See how it goes. Hopefully nothing breaks. One thing you'll notice on the first round of a field, it happens every time, that the very first row and sometimes that second row, there's hardly any cobs on it, and that's deer damage. Deer are actually extremely lazy. If the cobs are a little too high, they don't go after them. Like on us, if the cob is like waist high, they'll go at it every time. If you have a little bit taller cob, they'll tend to leave it alone more. But you'll see your most deer damage on the first row. So it's kind of like really only picking like a row and a half. So you don't really see, you know, your full potential of your cornfield. Now we're on to the, you know, like what would be the next 2 rows. And I can already tell that the cobs in quantity have really picked up. You know, and then you also have that, for whatever reason, your outside rows tend to not be the greatest and stuff like that. But it looks like they're husking out pretty well. It does look like we got a bunch of kernels that are breaking off, so that corn might actually be pretty dry. But it seems to be going pretty good so far. Dad needs to go about another round, and he's just turning around. It's hard to make those corners on the in this one spot, but he needs to make about one more round. We don't know exactly where he's going to be full, so I got to bring this one with the other tractor and follow behind him. And right now he's got that elevator running. There's a string that he can pull later on when he gets, well, and he does it, he'll do it down in that corner too. That corner way back there is a really gradual sweeping corner. That one's more of a 90, and then this one's a 90. This one's a little bit tougher even than that guy down there. But there's a string you can pull and you can turn that elevator off while you're picking. And I probably should remember to shut this. Because trust me, there have been times when we have not. That's fun, always fun. Turn the elevator off. And there he just turned it back on. Now Dad might actually make it a full round, and we're just putting behind him. I can't really pass him now because it's a little narrow in here, and once we get around this corner, it's about the same. And if I haven't showed it before, I can't remember if I did in the crop video or not. So when I say that we used to have a sand pit, this is actually the old sand pit bank. This used to be basically straight up and down, and the property line is literally at the top of the hill, and then you go about 10 yards and that's the property line, and then it shoots down along here. And what they did about 6 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, might have been 8 years ago or so, they came in here and actually had to put an angle to the bank so you can get a little bit of something growing on it to help for erosion and kind of to help reclaim, because basically the sand pit is closed. There's one little spot down here where there was like an old ramp that they had built that comes down here, and if we ever need any sand, we can come down and grab off of that little pile too. But like here, this is a little bit more up and down, but it's been so many years they didn't even bother touching that because there was already grass and stuff growing on it. So yeah, when that pit was in operation, we used to come down and see all the birds building there. All the swallows and stuff would build their nests in the pit wall and all that stuff. It was kind of cool. All right, so we're back at the farm. We're gonna do our feeding quick, and then we're gonna start rearranging stuff, and I think start putting our corn in the crib, and that way Dad's ready to go for tomorrow. Alright, so what Dad's going to do right now is he's going to grab a straw bale for the steers, and we're going to get some nice bedding in here for them. This actually, it's amazing what happens when you have dry weather and sunshine and a little bit of a breeze. It actually starts to dry out. But as you can see, we got, we had our panels put in. We put in those 3 over there, and then we got road base in here just for the transition. So I'm in the barn because it's dark outside and this is the only decent place with light. But we're going to call a wrap to the day, wrap to the weekend. Got picking started, that's awesome. Got the steer area, the BDA, that's done. That's awesome. We got the elevator set up so Dad can pick a load tomorrow and we can unload 2. I've got my football banquet tomorrow night, so tomorrow night's going to be crazy for me. But yeah, picking videos are coming. We got to run calves through the chute this week, hopefully early this week, for a second round of shots. So hope you liked the video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and thanks for coming along.